Welcome back to the Mindset Podcast, brought to you by Martecture. Get into the AI marketing mindset on the go. In under 15 minutes, stay ahead with our newsletter and podcast packed with the latest in AI plus marketing. Real research, real case studies, real insights.
Real stuff.
Exactly, real stuff.
Look, marketing leaders right now are really facing this paradox, aren't they? Trying to run daily operations perfectly while also, fundamentally redesigning their whole setup around AI.
It's a critical moment, really complex. You need surgical precision with where you put your resources, your time, everything.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to, cut through some of that noise. We want to distill three crucial perspectives that really define the AI marketing mindset right now.
Yeah, we need to look at where we draw the line on automating, say, the face of the brand like influencers.
Right. And then how do we efficiently engineer the engine behind it all?
And crucially, this massive incoming threat, something that could bypass that engine entirely.
Okay, so we've pulled some key nuggets. We're looking at the creator economy, operational performance data, and some forecasts on something called agentic commerce.
Exactly. So if you're managing budgets, defining strategies, this deep dive is, well, pretty essential listening. These shifts aren't just theory anymore. They're reshaping the customer journey like right now.
Okay, let's unpack this. Starting with the creator economy. Our sources show this. Startling enthusiasm for automation, almost replacing the logistics wholesale.
Startling is the word. Get this. 51% of industry leaders and 35% of brands, they strongly agree that influencer marketing operations should be fully automated with AI.
Wow, 51% strongly agree. That's a lot.
It is. That desire for efficiency is huge. But, okay, here's the paradox we talked about. Despite wanting that automation, marketers are actually really hesitant to adopt AI replacements.
How hesitant?
Well, only 9% plan to partner with virtual influencers, and even fewer, a tiny 2% plan to use digital clones or avatars next year. So they want the process automated, but maybe not the personality.
And consumers are telling us why that caution makes sense. The numbers here are pretty stark. Only 26% of consumers now prefer generative AI creator content.
Yeah, and that's a huge drop. It was 60% preferring it in 2023.
A massive drop. Plus, over half, 52%, their biggest worry is brands posting AI-generated content without telling them, without disclosure.
So the core paradox is really laid bare, isn't it? You crave the efficiency, but you fear the backlash if you're not transparent.
So the takeaway for CMOs here isn't advice, but an observation. AI can't just be, bolted on. It demands real system orchestration.
Exactly. If you sacrifice that transparency for automation, the numbers clearly show consumer trust it collapses.
Okay, so if transparency is the key defense against losing trust, then maximizing operational efficiency. That's the aggressive strategy, right? Making sure AI actually drives real performance.
That's it. And our sources show most marketers, about 60%, are still just testing and learning, kicking the tires. Only 14% are actually refining and adapting their AI implementations.
Which means they're leaving massive performance gains on the table.
Huge amounts. Organizations still just testing are missing, 4 massive opportunities to drive what we call engineered performance.
Engineered performance. Okay, what are they?
Okay, first, AI enhances data and insights. It crunches massive data volumes to find these unlikely shifts, like boomers suddenly buying more cereal during COVID,
Right.
things you wouldn't expect.
Right, allowing marketers to target that crucial pre-shop window.
Precisely, the pre-shop window. It's not just about optimizing current spend. It's changing when you can influence the buyer.
Okay, that's one. What else?
Second, AI enables creative personalization at scale. It gives great starting points for brainstorming, makes powerful creative tools accessible even for smaller budgets, and allows for dynamic ads based on past purchases.
Right.
Third is accelerating outcomes, real-time optimization. Unlike old models that lag, AI measurement allows for real-time course correction. Much more efficient.
Instantly improving campaigns. Got it. And fourth?
Fourth is boosting productivity. AI handles the grunt work templates, outlines, reports, freeing up marketers to focus on strategy, on innovation. They become managers of AI agents, essentially.
So this really redefines testing and learning. Success needs more than just dabbling. It requires specialized AI enablement. You need maybe marketing engineers to properly integrate everything.
Yes, to re-engineer the whole MarTech structure, connect the tools, and move beyond basic tests towards truly performance-driven systems.
Which brings us perfectly to the next big shift, this threat of agentic commerce.
Yes. And here's where it gets really interesting. The key stat. 60% of shoppers expect to use agentic AI in the next 12 months.
60%, that's That's the most immediate uptake. But what's the actual risk here? What's the existential threat for brands?
Well, the fundamental challenge is these are cross-platform super agents. So basically, AI agents starting to shop for the customer across different sites outside the brand's direct control.
Okay.
And they're built to serve the shopper's best interest, best deal, best fit, not the brand's interest. They actively encourage looking elsewhere.
So the whole idea of brand loyalty, it's being challenged directly by bot logic.
Exactly. Bot logic. Think about it. Your brand spends years building a relationship, and now the customer outsources their decision to a bot whose only loyalty is to the best parameters that's given: price, features, whatever.
Wow. Okay, so the takeaway here for CMOs is urgent. You have to modernize your operational strategy like now to protect that customer relationship when the actual decision point is outsourced to some non-brand agent.
It's a fundamental shift in the journey. So let's recap. We've covered three major currents today. First, that paradox. Automation hunger versus the absolute need for transparency in the creator space.
Right. Then the need for integrated AI systems to get beyond testing and achieve truly engineered performance.
And finally, this looming disruption from agentic commerce, this bot logic that threatens established loyalty.
We've covered the paradox, the performance engine, and the threat. All this complexity. It forces one final question, doesn't it?
What's that?
In a world where AI is evolving the customer journey this fast, are your current operational structures built just to cope, just to survive, or are they actually engineered to perform?
Something to really mull over as you allocate those resources. That's all the time we have for this deep dive. This episode of the Mindset Podcast was brought to you by Martecture. Get into the AI marketing mindset. On the go. In under 15 minutes, stay ahead with our newsletter and podcast packed with the latest in AI plus marketing. Real research, real case studies, real insights.
Real stuff.
Real stuff.
See you next time.